Hello and welcome to another episode of Rugby Through the Leagues podcast. We are amazingly honoured to welcome Eleni here from Greek Rugby. Eleni, for those that don't know your involvement, we could probably spend about an hour going through the list of job roles that you do within Greek Rugby. But for the brief roundup, can we please enlighten everyone? And I really appreciate your time as always.
I had the honour to be the head coach of the first ever women's 15s match, and played internationally against Bulgaria in Sofia. We put it together in approximately a week. I felt very privileged that these girls also put their trust in me, as I have been watching them for a really, really long time now, and I've seen the development of each and every individual. Some of them had played 15s before on occasion, also with other clubs from countries around Greece, or in major tournaments like the Flanders, etc. I headed as a head coach for the boys against Albania. We picked Albania because, number one, they weren't in Rugby Europe yet, and number two, they also wanted a few games nationally. I'm especially proud of everyone that took their time out and came to the minimal practices that we had, unfortunately. But this had to be done. And I'm so proud of the squad because all their names are on World Rugby.
When we discussed it as well, it was a case of showcasing what Greek rugby was about as well. You have the option to call in players from different areas and different leagues, but that was a predominantly solely Greek league team called together on a very, very rainy day, evening in Albania on what was a pitch made of cones, effectively. It was a spectacle to see, and to say that you were part of that to even start with is impressive. But then obviously the World Rugby bit on top helps as well. We did tip on it slightly there. Rugby Europe wasn't part of Greek Rugby at the time. Now that's happened. You are now, was it the 51st member or whatever, or 48th member. So that now brings us into the Rugby Europe fold. I'm sure there's a lot of questions still rather than answers as you get included into Rugby Europe, as it always is. What's the next step as well? Because obviously that opens up different games. Obviously, Gibraltar have managed to start. They've managed to already get Finland. They've just announced Sweden. Have you guys got any conversation? I know you've got Albania lined up again. Was that correct from last?
Yeah, we've got Albania lined up within the next few months.
Nice.
We're finalising on that shortly. We also have another Rugby Europe member in as well, a lot closer to us than what a lot of people may believe. We don't want the huge games at the moment, and nor do we want to bring in additional support from other players internationally as yet. We want to keep it as even as possible with Greeks living abroad, that have played rugby from before they were born, basically, to Greeks that actually were 15, 16, 17 years old when they were first introduced to rugby as a sport and fell in love with it. In 2019, basically what we had said was, it's a pity that Greece is not on the rugby map. In 2015, our president had died. Our president of the federation had passed away, and that caused a lot of havoc also internally. We weren't able as a country to meet certain requirements, and also Greek governance also got involved in that as well, because it's a federation. Now, some people will understand that Greece is very document orientated. We don't just do something. I mean, if we do something, we have to have all the stamps, actually go through all the bureaucracy that's needed for a club to stand on its own. So in 2019, we said, okay, let's do this. Let's try and get Greece on the map again. Let's lift the black veil off of Greece, Yeah. We were invited by the Romanian Olympic Committee for a special seminar for certain coaches in certain countries, because via Rugby Europe, in order to be a coach for a national team or to be a medic of a national team, etc., you have to have passed the courses. The first night that we got there, each country was sitting at their own little table, and we were sharing the mess hall, being all rugby players and of a rugby background. The next day in the morning, we all went for the eggs, and it was funny because the chef ran out. He's like, no, these are for those athletes. So everyone was like with their plate, and they were like, what can we do now? They had to bring in another like 40 or 50 eggs to make us, just for us. But apart from that, we went through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was intense. Morning seminars, afternoon seminars. We had to present our game plans. We had to present our sevens workflow before, during, and after the matches. What goes down before game days, tournaments, what happens afterwards, what happens when your players are lacking in certain skills, how do you bring that up, your general understanding of the game. As a coach, what to look at for women and for men. I think it was the Friday before we left to go back to our respective countries. We had a lot of physio and what to do for strength and conditioning. And the funny thing was that the Greek delegation, we all had answers to what we do and how we do it and stuff like that. And it was funny because the head of education then doing us that was giving us the seminar, he said, that's amazing because in all our countries, we have a coach for that. We have a coach for the forwards. We have a coach for the backs.
Yeah.
You don't actually have what you have, Greece. So we formally have in the Greek educational system a warm up and a cool down on everything we do. So he said to us that it doesn't work like that in a lot of the countries. So we're very happy about that. The friendships forged in that week were incredible. They were very strong. And we came back to Greece also with an understanding of how to be a coach, because as a player, you can always say, yes, we should have done this, or we can do that better, or maybe we should do more of this, etc. As a coach, though, you have different levels of players, and you have to bring them up to coexist also with other levels, because you have a lot of players coming in, and you have to take them back, the whole squad back, because it's a unity thing, and show them a game. We've revived also the rugby spirit in older players, 40 years old, 42. But I think our oldest player that played last year, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I think he's 50 something. Yeah, but that's pretty good. So
there's still players in the same age rolling around in Spain. They once you got the bug, it's hard to retire. You're a long time retired, as they say, and some of them are just, and they can still do a job as well. So let them go until they stop, because they pass the knowledge on to the younger. And when you sit there and you think, have I got any more years left? And you see this 50-year-old prop still tottering out, one leg not working properly, and you think, yeah, I think I've got a little bit longer.
I know, but it keeps us all alive. It keeps it happy, and the soul is, I think, where the spirit starts and your energy comes from. Your body may not work, but if your soul is fine, it's great. I mean, we've seen it all the time, Yeah,
exactly. So Greek rugby's on the right trajectory. It's building the right bits. It's in probably the easiest way to potentially say a re-education phase, because obviously there was a time before, and now there's a new, exciting, vibrant want for rugby. Like the amount of messages I get from obviously just exposing a little bit is crazy to compared to other stuff that I've done, like the passion for people reaching out and stuff like that, just to say, oh, is this going on? What's going on? Have you been told this? And I'm like, it's been amazing, and I'm glad that I've been part of it. And obviously we're able to have this conversation as well. And you just think nations like that have such a platform. And obviously Greece is a fairly large country when you add all the other bits together. it has the platform to add everything together. It's just sometimes rugby gets in its own way as well. And as you said, the bureaucracy with it, it's not just Greece, obviously Spain, I live here as well. And bureaucracy within the Mediterranean countries seems to be key to keep people in jobs rather than actually help move things forward potentially. So it can also get in its own way in what could become a snowball of just passion and overexcitement. And do you feel that like the passion bubbling up from within as well? Because you must be like you're literally sat over the top of all of it as well.
Look, I won't tell you it's all been hunky dory.
No, it never is. It's rugby.
Yeah, it's rugby. Everyone's really excited. Everyone's really excited. So a lot of your messages you'd get was like, oh, why this or why that? Oh, no, this is incorrect. It should be like this or something like that. As long as there's a lot of passion and everything's done in an altruistic, good way, I believe that we will go forward. With the bureaucracy, it is tough. But at the same time, though, I think it's until tomorrow evening that we have the applications for our coaching school, which is done at the General Secretariat of Sport. It's the first ever Greek rugby coaching school. It's going to take about 6 to 8 months to complete. So you actually come out of the school with a rugby coaching license.
That's amazing. That it might take 6 to 8 months, but is it? I'm guessing they're not there every day for 6 to 8 months. Like,
no, it's not every day. Yeah.
I was going to say, like, just 6 to 8 months, just sat there learning how to be a coach, like that.
Yeah, which is a thing, because in order to apply for this, you must have had a history of playing the sport in Greece. So going back to the bureaucracy now, that if we didn't have the bureaucracy, then we wouldn't have the players on the match sheets actually signed up in the federation, in the General Secretariat of Sport from match one. So one of the match sheets that the president signed off on the day before yesterday to send to the players, because the player has to actually get validation from the federation that they've played, okay?
Yeah.
And also send through the application with their match sheets. So the president signed off on the match sheets of the players that were actually in the system that even played their first match on the 17th of February 2024 in an accredited way, so they can actually put in the application for the coaching series. I mean, the coaching school. So bureaucracy on the one hand helps validate why you should be allowed to go into the coaching school, because you've played 7 games, 8 games, 9 games, 20 games, 15 games. You've played so many games in 2023-24. You played so many games in 24-25. You should be allowed to go in. So it's a sense of validation on that way. Just saying that, I played, etc., and I'm brilliant, and I don't know how, and things should be different, and I know better. Okay, from day one, your name's been in the system. You have been signed off. You've been accredited. You can play. You can play. That's fantastic. Now, because of your experience as a player, you have the opportunity to get into a coaching school, get a coaching license for level 3. It's a level 3 coaching license, and level 2, and then level 1. Okay. Yeah. Level 3 coaching license, which allows you to coach an academy in Greece. Because that's the whole thing. That's why a lot of the bureaucracy comes into play, because you need to have a coaching license of some sort in order to coach kids. You can't be somebody's dad or somebody's mom. Having all of that sports background for Greece, it's absolutely important for that. And also, according to law, is that any team that has a certain sport and doesn't have a coach that is accredited through the General Secretariat of Sport won't be able to play that sport.
There's the safeguarding, but also the protection of the sport and the federation in its own entirety. Yeah. From what everyone I've spoken to within Rugby Europe, we had Finley Harrison on the other day from the DOR at Hungary, and Rugby Europe have got a great way of supporting and endorsing coaching courses and all of that availability for those nations as well. How, as you said, you weren't in the fold, but you were still invited into that. Obviously the coaching course, etc. How accommodating are they? Like, there's a lot of things that Rugby Europe probably get questioned on, but I think there's so many positive, because like even with the RFU in England and stuff, the coaching courses have all changed, and it's kind of made it a little bit harder to make it, which is fine. Like, obviously, that you've got to there's certain hoops, as you said, with bureaucracy, etc. But Rugby Europe seem to go out of their way to make these courses available. Like, all I've seen recently is there's a big drive for, right, we've got this course on, this course on, this course is being made available, this one, and like to upskill people within the Rugby Europe family. I've got to take my hat off to what they've done. Has that increased now that you're a member officially now, rather than obviously the support they gave you beforehand?
Because we weren't part of Rugby Europe for a few years now, we couldn't access coaching in any way possible. So it was a barrier of entry for a lot of people in that respect. But at the same time, though, the opportunities given to many of the countries and many of the unions and many of the players and a lot of the staff is incredible. We had to go extensively. I had to speak to different people in different areas, and a lot of friends of mine all over the world, basically, on exactly what the roles are for the documentation of the game. I mean, like the match commissioner, what does he actually do? I mean, what are they in charge of? Then we also had something that we also had to look at now, and also spoke to the General Secretary of Sport here, is what happens with red cards? What happens with the yellow cards? Depending, we had to go through all of that as well, together with and the Greek law and Rugby Europe law and World Rugby laws, which is it's a little bit of a toughie to get through there. But the more knowledge, and that's what it is, knowledge helps you perform. Knowledge really will get you where you need to go. So if you do get accredited and you go and you have a look at everything that needs to be done in your sector or the sectors that needed for your federation, it's incredible. I was invited by Moldova Rugby Union to go to be a sideline manager for the Sevens Trophy. It's one of the toughest jobs and one of the most important jobs at the same time. But I learned so much. I think I did 34, maybe 37, something like that, games in a row.
Great day rugby.
That experience got me very, very happy to actually run a match with against Albania and Greece, because I knew exactly what the protocol was, how to go in, how to go out, how to get the players, what the blood injury
were and stuff,
was for that. But coming back to that, for you saying about the courses, is that they're brilliant, even for people that know and people that don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that you'll learn something, you'll be bored. There's always a new question. There's always someone from somewhere asking something in addition to that. The what ifs. What if this happened to the what if, situation. And that's another thing that when we delivered as Greece our speech to the assembly in Alicante to be voted in as a new member for Rugby Europe, we said that what it means for Greece to be voted in, it means access to seminars, access to courses, access to Europe Rugby. At the same time, it's also access for other countries to come to Greece. We can validify everything. It's just encouraging to be able to do that, right? And hopefully soon, we also have our coaches here our seminars here in Athens, and where we can invite also other countries to come and get accredited too. So that's also in the works. Let's see, step by step.
Little by little, as they say. So with rugby, it's not it's not always what you know, it's who you know. Because if you have conversations with people, a lot of people are willing to open up and sort of explain their experiences. They've done this, I did this because of this. You learn more by having a conversation or sitting with multiple different groups as well, because everyone's got a different experience of rugby. Like everyone's had what seen one side of it, or they've done that. And then, as you say, you sit there and then somebody's got a story for this, somebody's got a story for that. And you think, how can so much happen within one beautiful game? Like so many different variations of one beautiful game that everyone experiences something different.
It is. It's brilliant. I often hear also with the teams that I coach is that, did you see this? This guy said this to me there, or she did this, or something like that. And the funny thing was that I'm going to say this, and I hope the girls don't get upset. We basically have 4 women's rugby teams that can compete in Greece. Okay, that are competitive teams. So going to Bulgaria for our first 15s, I pulled in the girls, etc., from the different positions and their respective levels, etc. And the funny thing was that the morning before we played Bulgaria, I said to the one girl and to the other girl that they were going to play in certain positions. And I'm like, you guys have to make up now, because I remember there was a lot of pushiness the last time you girls played against each other. And they started laughing. And it was funny, though, because I had heard one story from the one girl, okay, about the same incident, and the same story from, like, a different story from the other girl. So anyway, so they got together afterwards. They spoke about it. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh, and this happened and this happened. And it's a global, it's small little worlds in a big universe. That's how rugby should be thought of. Little worlds in a big universe in a game. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. No, it's true. Everyone's got their own little bubble, and then obviously when you get to the third half and everyone sits and has a beer, all of those stories actually become one story, rather than, as you said, 2 little bubbles. They actually meet and become one story. With now that obviously Rugby Europe is now approved, is the kit that because it was the first time you wore the kit against Albania, you had a new kit. Have you got the Rugby Europe logo going on the new stash, or is it already in print, or are you going to hang fire, or what's the plan?
So the plan is for whoever, until our first Rugby Europe matches in a conference of sorts, that whoever's worn the shirt will get it signed by the rest of the players in the squad. Okay,
nice.
And actually have it as a token of what rugby's meant for them, and then taking home the first shirt that they've ever worn as a national team. We ordered them, and we're like, okay, let's do this. I mean, the colours are good. It's blue and white.
Is that going to be the same kit? Are you going to carry on and get the Rugby Europe, or are you going to look at an alteration? Is there a long-term planned kit, or is that it now, but with the Rugby Europe logo on it?
No. We're looking at also other possibilities as well on that level. And as soon as we finalise, we'll inform. We'll definitely inform you on that. There's a few players in Greece that had a lot of anxiety on what the kit was going to be.
Yeah. What is the long-term vision? Because I know a lot, obviously, people, you get sort of accepted into Rugby Europe. I'm sure you don't know whether it's going to be a conference or whether you go into the development league for a period, etc., etc. Obviously, Gibraltar and yourself in a development league is not probably logistically very clever. Gibraltar have probably got a longer vision, potentially. They're already trying to accelerate theirs, and they probably feel that they're 13 years ahead because they've obviously the previous rejection, etc. But that's a political side that, being in Spain, I'm not really going to get involved in. There is going to be a period of time that some results may potentially be uncomfortable because of seasoned teams, but you have that luxury of potentially bringing in players of overseas experience and stuff. But as you said, you want to try and build up. What is the long-term vision? Is it 10 years Greece is going to be competing at X, or is it a case of it's just going to organically grow and we just try and build that base and it go where Greek rugby goes.
Like we've done slowly, step by step, that going through the motions with rugby in Greece and Rugby Europe. But before that, what's happening at the moment is different clubs, together with the federation, are actually going to schools. So we're going to schools here in Greece. Unfortunately, schools aren't like other schools in other countries. So in South Africa, for instance, even a public school, we also had our grounds to play on. We had our laboratories, etc. In Greece, because it's in Athens specifically, because it's an ancient city, space is a commodity. So what happens is that the school championship has to be set up by the educational department, like the Ministry of Education. Okay.
Okay.
On that part. And then in the afternoons, the kids actually go and play at different clubs. So what we want to do at the moment, well, what we're doing is that get them at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, okay?
Yeah.
Liking the sport in any form possible, okay? And then refer the kids to the closest rugby club in the area. The thing is also is that the kids at those ages, they can't travel far, and they don't have taxi moms and dads like we do in other countries. So they'll go like, I don't know, maybe 5 blocks down the road, to the local club, etc. That's it. That's a little bit tough on that level.
Yeah.
But on getting them into schools at a later stage, seeing how we can work with the Olympic Committee and getting a form of some syllabus somehow in the athletic universities in Greece at that level. 10 years from now, I want to be sitting at home watching Greece play on the telly over 23s, over 21s, under 18s, under 16s, 14s, 12s, 11s, I don't know.
Yeah.
All of that. And it has to be a collective arrangement by all the clubs in Greece. So going back to what we said for the first championship that we held in Greece, is that we went from Athens to Thessaloniki, and Athens, Thessaloniki again. All the clubs we went that are based in Athens went up to Thessaloniki, and Thessaloniki came down to Athens. Okay, and the reason for this is we're still a developing country in the sense of rugby. Yeah. So when you're actually trying to bring in a friend, and you've been telling him for the last 5 months, 6 months, buddy, I'm playing this Saturday. It's not just going to be one game. There's going to be a whole bunch of games. There's going to be music. There's going to be food, whatever, It's guys' teams, women's teams, whatever. Just come and watch. That's what we're trying to do. So in the second year, we also put in Patra. So we go Athens, Patra, Thessaloniki. Okay. And the reason why we put Larissa in was for the kids, some of the clubs, like we said, but also to play on a grass field. I know this may sound funny to some people, okay?
No, yeah.
But we wanted to play on grass. Athens is very hot in the summer, which makes it incredibly difficult to have a decent grass field. Yeah. Okay. Not even many of the top football teams.
There we go.
Yeah, the football teams don't even have grass fields.
Wow.
So when we do see grass, we do grass angels. The one time we played on theoretically a grass field in Thessaloniki, I think half of it was, I don't know, maybe there was some greenery. The other half, I don't know what was happening there. I mean, one of the players, she got tackled and she slid from the green to the sand, and it was beautiful. It was. She had like a grass burn and then a sand burn, and I don't know what the hell was happening over here. Right? But thank God that it all got patched up. Other than that, we do go to the cities and try and entertain the home team, have it as a home team advantage for that, because the one club in Patra, all of us go to Patra. 2 clubs in Thessaloniki, one men's, one women's. We all go to Thessaloniki, where the majority are in Athens, trying to build it more and more and more and have it more fun. But it's predominantly, Greece is a predominantly football and basketball country. So even if we win the Olympics in another sport, it might get 30 seconds or 40 seconds on the news. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
It's one of them as well, because you guys are, I'm sure you're all trying to help and support and do bits and bobs. It's something that also rugby also doesn't support very well. We're in that industry of attention through social media. Is that something Rugby Europe support and help? Because Rugby Europe have got a half decent social media setup as well. Is that something they've got as courses, or do they sort of advise nations and say maybe look at doing this to try and put that, because they've got score play, they've got the access, so I can access all the photographs from games, etc., to help promote it. But sometimes nations also need to help promote themselves. It's a hard balance to find. You can only poke somebody with a stick so many times if they're not interested. They just
So promotion of the actual clubs and the federation is extremely important. The federation does whatever they can, etc., to also have the games up as fast as possible. Find a photographer that is available for so many hours and shooting a sport that they have no idea how to shoot. You know, they don't know that. Like, I mean, many times I send a player, I'm like, just follow the photographer around and tell him, like, listen, spend some time over here because this and this is going to happen, you know? And it's also teaching the photographer and the videographer of like what's important. So, but we do our best for replays. Our best for replays and to get some sponsorship in there. But it's funny because the videographer, he'll see the try scorer, he'll see the try, etc., and then everyone's like, yay, you know, and stuff like that. And then he'll be following him all the way until he drinks water while the conversion kick's happening, you know. And I'm like, oh no, I thought I told that guy, you know, or that guy.
That's a football mentality, though. They think the goal scored, that's it. They haven't got to worry about it now. Like, whatever they're doing over there, that must be just having a conversation. He's just measuring the ball or something. There's nothing to see here.
But it's tough also on social media and social media manager, and to actually have a certain identity, like this type of blue with that type of white, and this fun part, and being more serious for 15s, being a lot happier for 7s. You know, it's all of that has to come into play. A lot of people want to do it, but it takes a lot of time.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, I was there at the weekend, obviously for the Netherlands-Spain game, and just the traffic that we got through the channel and stuff like that from speaking to people and like putting up content, and then I look at what content was pumped out by people for the Six Nations, and it's 100 times less, and those little bits you think, right, I think I've done all right here, and then you look at it and I'm like, it's 100% worthwhile. I love it. I absolutely love doing it. But you think there's that. Like, I could take the easy route and just do that. But everything that we do here is to try and promote these sort of conversations and showcase. And then I had the pleasure of actually people coming up to me, even players for the Dutch squad, that said, I follow the channel. I love everything you do for it. And those are the little bits that you remember. Actually, there's a bigger picture to this. Like, it's not all about views. It's about conversations and relationships, and rugby will get out of its own way at some point and will make it more viable and lucrative for people. But somebody's got to try and help lead the charge alongside the others that are still milling at the grindstone. So
definitely, look, a lot of people didn't even know that Rugby Europe existed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, they didn't. A lot of people didn't know that. They didn't even know what RE stands for. But okay, so let's talk about the upsets. So Germany, Romania.
Yeah.
So
I called it. I
also called it. But in the sense that was it Romania A? Romania B in essence. Was it total 100% Romania? I don't know.
No, they had eight key players out. There was a few, but they've been in a demise for a little while. The Germany squad was very revamped. I obviously spoke to a few people within the Germany sort of setup, and they were like, "Our vision is just to make sure we're not in the relegation battle." I said, "This is probably your best chance you're going to beat Romania."
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Like Romania are nowhere near what they are, but they're qualified for the World Cup, so they've got time. They've got time is
exactly. Yeah,
I think the other one, obviously Portugal have come out of the traps a little bit more than I expected. I think they've got revamped a little bit from the summer. That summer could have hampered them pretty badly, but the Netherlands against Georgia is going to be a really fun one to watch because Netherlands.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. That's going to be brilliant.
Nobody expected Netherlands to do what they did on Spain, and Spain. If Netherlands hadn't switched off for the first 20 minutes and wondered what was going on, we could have had a different conversation. I think Spain would have still had enough. Obviously, I think there was still enough in the tank, but it's just so exciting. And then when you go down to the trophy, you go down to the conference, like there are these matchups that people don't know that goes on. Like, what was it? Czechoslovakia or whatever, Czechia or whatever they're called now, beating Poland, like the other. And like, you think people don't realise how big that actually is, but that's a massive result. And like,
I know
the Super Cup, like
Super Cup was brilliant. It was next level stuff.
It's at risk because it's not getting the exposure it deserves. Like, that's the perfect one. Maybe Spain, etc., and the Black Lions and the Lustianos may be a step below them, but that's the perfect platform for the likes of the Austrian teams, Moldova, Greece. Do you know what? That's the one that we want to make use of, that development model. You bring effectively your development team, because look at what happened to the Delta squad that basically played against the Iberians in that semi-final. And then they go and do what they did in Amsterdam against the Spain national side. There is such a product there that just gets lapsed, and it's painful to think that might not be here much longer as well, because it's well rugby funded.
Yeah. No, and that's also another thing is that we've grown used to watching rugby from the television.
Yeah.
And not actually being down there on the third seat in the rain. So I'm happy to say that this year I couldn't do it. We started an annual tradition that in our teams that we coach, me and my husband, that we were both coaches, that we go to Rome for the first Italy game. So last year we had gone with some of our players against France. Obviously, we didn't see anything. It was so much fun. And this year we were going to go as well. But I think the amount of people that went doubled in, I think 11 people went this year from our team, to watch Italy and Scotland. So, and we couldn't go, we had to cancel last minute.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant that they come back and they say that, okay, I had a guy behind me with a bagpipe, and he's playing his, whatever he wanted, on his bagpipe. Yeah. And you have
the Italian brass band behind you as well.
Yeah, the Italian brass band is trying to outplay the bagpipe. Then they do they try to do a rugby band. I don't know what it is, etc. And then they're all sitting together, and those fun things.
I love it. I love it. I love Rome. Rome's such a good away day. Like until you've done, I've done that. I've done the Calcutta Cup in obviously in Murrayfield. That Flower of Scotland. Like, that's like even for an Englishman, I'm like, oh, that's impressive.
No, it hits hard.
They're the bits that you don't experience on the telly. You can hear it, but you don't experience it. You don't feel it. But like at the minute, as you said, Greek rugby's developing. There's still gaps in your schedule. The problem is, like in the developed nations, rugby still gets in its own way, apart from France. Like everything is centered around your club. Your club plays on a Sunday morning so that you can go and see your top 14 team. You can go see your Pro D2. You can go see your National 1. You can go see your club that's in your region. But rugby still gets in rugby's way by putting the one people that are going to, funnily enough, watch the game are usually playing it on a Saturday and not going to be able to go and watch the products. And that's, until we resolve that as a sport, rugby's never going to move forward.
Look, even what are they doing now with the Autumn Nations Championship, etc.? They're even trying to align Northern Southern hemispheres, which is good. It's only taken them a few years.
It's a step. It's a step. They're trying to make a 360 calendar or something, but which is fine. But they don't then look at. They don't look at the grassroots level. They don't include the grassroots. The grassroots is where the people that want to go and watch the game are at. And if you stick them in the grassroots bit, you're only going to get Hooray Henrys at the game. You're going to get people with their chinos on, with their brown loafers, eating a prawn sarnie, that don't give a monkeys about the game, aren't going to be the ones that become the future. They're not going to change the way this sport gets better. They're just there for a big jolly and a piss up and pretending to make business. That's it.
That's what our vision is for Greece.
Can't wait.
To get it going.
I can't wait.
Go like all the age levels, because those 10, 11, 12 years that we didn't have a federation has put us back 20 years.
I think it's perfectly timed that we probably put pause on part one. I think we've got part two somewhere. I think it's perfectly timed that on that statement, like, I'm fully locked in. I can't wait to see Greek rugby grow to where it is, and I'm here for the journey, that's for sure. Eleni, just amazing talking to you as always. Like, from that first phone call you made to try and explain everything that I got wrong was just massively appreciated. To now sitting here and having another conversation with part two lined up down the line.
Sorry, I'm butting in. The best was your comment, Adonis.
Oh, what a man.
What a man. Yeah. and it was funny. He was laughing his head off. He called me from, we were on the bus. He was laughing his head off because him and his wife had just given birth to their first child. And he's wow. Adonis. And he was laughing. That was amazing. It was so much fun.
But that's rugby. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the best bit. But Eleni, I really appreciate your time. For everyone that wants to keep abreast of Greek rugby, make sure you get on our social media on Instagram, every other platform, and keep an eye out for part two, because part two is going to be probably just as good, if not better, as part one. Appreciate your time.